guys, so welcome to today's video, and in today's video we will create our first Pika Pika no Mi move, aka light fruit move. And we're going to start off in paint.net right here to create two images. So the first image is going to be the light fruits circle, and the second image is going to be that light fruits cross. So I'm just going to start creating those, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Also, this is not going to be a paint.net video, so not a paint.net tutorial. I'm just going to create this, and you can just watch it or just take everything later on. Okay, so from the model, of course. So let's start off by creating the circle, because that one is pretty easy to do. Alright, so the circle, well, is pretty much done, but I think that the thickness, well, I'm not really satisfied with the thickness. Yeah, so this thickness right here is great. There we go. Yeah. Alright, so if you wanna save this, then go to File, Save As, and then save as a PNG file. That's important. Then we're going to continue. So I'm not gonna create that cross I was talking about. So let me see. Alright, we already have some kind of shape right here which we can use. Okay, so that's too big. So let's fill this out. There we go. Add this blur thing to it. Align it to the middle, and yeah, there we go. So this is those are our two images. I'm gonna export everything now. Then I'm gonna come back to Roblox Studio once we are done. Alright, back in Roblox Studio, we want to insert a part. So I still have these things open right here. So insert a part and insert a particle emitter, guys. And then we want to change some things up. So for this particle emitter right here. So first of all, change the speed, change it to 0, change the rate to 1, and change the lifetime to 1 as well. And what you want to do as well is that you want to shrink this part down. Alright, now we also want to import our images right here. So the circle, also let me turn up this light emission right here. And what happens when I... Okay, nothing happens. What is squash? Oh. What is this? Okay. Interesting, interesting. Okay. So that's our circle. Now let me duplicate this. Let me call this cross. Let me import the cross. There we go. That's our cross model right here. Now my idea for this Pika right here is that once we equip the tool, we get into this state in which we are able to just throw out those light beams. Then once we unequip the tool, we are exiting the mode, you know. So that's my idea. We call this one Pika. Make sure that can collide is false and that anchor is false as well. Now move it inside of the replicated storage, and then we want to continue with the tool. So right click on a starter pack, import the tool, call this one Pika Light Beam, I don't know, so just give it a name. Make sure that requires handlers false. Import a local script, then import a remote event inside of that local script, and import a normal basic script inside of this local script as well. Okay, so inside of here, wait, no, this is a script. Let's go inside of this local script. So we want to do the following. First of all, let's refer to the tool. So script parent is our tool. Now, when the tool has been equipped, then we want a certain stance to play. Then we want this, let's say this mode to start. So this mode in which you're able to just fire those light beams, no? And the same goes for unequipped. So when a tool has been unequipped, we want that mode to end. And when a tool has been activated, means you have clicked on it while having it equipped, then we want to fire out those light beams. Okay, so those are our 3 cases right here, which we want to work on. So let me first of all just rename all of the things right here. Wait. Okay, there we go. So if the tool has been equipped, then script Pika remote fire server equipped. Now, same goes for when it has been unequipped, but we want to fire server unequipped. Wait, we have a typo inside of here. There we go. And right here, we want to fire this light beam. But regarding this tool activated, so I have some other plans for this one, but we'll get onto that later. So inside of the script, we now want to check whether this remote event has been fire servered. So script parent Pika remote on server event connect function. Okay. So the first thing we always receive is the player, and the second one are those tasks right here, so those arguments. Now, if what equals equipped, then we want to equip everything. Means, wait, let's refer to the character up here. So player character. So we first of all want to make the player unable to move. That's at least what I want to do. So jump height 0, so we turn the walk speed to 0 and the jump height to 0. Second thing is that we want to import, we want to create an animation instead of the character, and we want to name that animation Pika equipped animation ID. So let's give it an animation ID right here. So we will fill that in later when we have acquired our animation ID. Next thing has to do with the loader. So we want to load this animation via this animator instance, which is inside of the humanoid. So this load function, load animation function, requires an animation or a reference to an animation inside of those brackets. So put A inside of there. And after that, we want to make the loader play. So L play. All right. The next thing we want to do is that we want to clone that Pika part we have just created. So get service replicated storage Pika clone. X parent is C, so the character. And before we parent this, we want to set the C frame of that part to our... Okay, now it actually depends on our animation, but let's do C right hand C frame. And then let's add a weld inside of here, which welds that Pika part onto our right hand. So part 0 is always the part which something is being welded onto. In this case, our right hand. So C right hand, and part 1 is the part you're welding something onto, in this case, axe. Alright, so now we have to create this animation right here. So how I want this animation to be is that we want an idling animation first of all, and we want these legs right here to be untouched, because we're going to set the animation priority to movement, and this makes the legs not adapt to... No, this makes the legs adapt to our default idling animation from Roblox, you know? So only our arms right here, they're going to be affected by this idling we are now going to create. And, well, yeah, that's just how it is. You might not understand what I'm trying to point out right here, but you hopefully will once this is done. Okay, so make sure that the animation priority is set to movement, and then publish this to ROBLOX. Copy the ID. Let's get back inside of here. Let's add the ID inside of here, and let's check this out. Let's see how this is going to work out now. So I'm unable to move, as you can see. The idling animation works fine. And we have this beam right here. And now, when we continue the scripting, then clicking somewhere makes a beam fly towards the direction. Okay. Now let's work on the opposite case, which is unequipped, because that's fairly easy to do as well. So else if what? Come on. Equals unequipped. Then there we go. So if that's the case, then we first of all want to loop through all of the animations which are currently being played. So C, humanoid, animator, get playing animation tracks. Do. Now if vname equals Pika equipped, then we want to stop those. We actually want to get rid of those, so destroy as well. After that, we want to get rid of that Pika part right here. So if C right hand find first child Pika, then we want to destroy that, and after that we want to make the player able to move again. So we want to set the walk speed to 16, which is the default, and the jump height to 7.2, which is the default as well. Now let's test this out. So I'm not able to move. I don't know if you can hear my key. My key's right here on my keyboard. Okay, yeah, so thing is still in here, but why? Oh, because we did not parent this thing to the right hand, but to the character, right? Yeah, exactly. So instead of doing C dot right hand, just do C. Alright, and this is it. This is it for the equipped and unequipped mechanism right here. Okay, now let's continue with those light beams. So, Else of what? Fire beam. Then. Okay. Go local. Axe instance new. Art. Let's put it inside of the workspace. Let's call it Pika beam. Let's set the brick color to brick color new yellow. Let's set the material to neon. And let's set the size to... Wait. So let's do something like this. Make sure that it is anchored and make sure that can collide is false. So we will get rid of that anchor later on because I just want to see how this beam right here looks like. So X C-frame equals our humanoid root parts C-frame multiplied with C-frame dot new 0, 0, 1. So this is just for test purposes, so I just want to see how this looks like for now. There we go, so this is our beam. So the size is fine, I guess. Maybe I make things a little bit longer. Instead of having them at my back, I just want to pull these out to the front. Okay, now what I want to do as well is that we want the beam to be positioned at our right hand, not at our torso right here. So there we go. All right. So now we have to make this thing fly towards the mouse, so where our mouse is pointing at. And this is actually the thing where things become a little bit more complicated, but not impossible, okay? So we are going to get through this. All right. So let's get back to this client. Because as I've told you, there is something which makes things a little bit more complicated. And this has to do with the mouse direction, with the mouse position, and its influence on the attack. And we have to work with the user input service to make things achievable right here. So what we need to do is that we need the mouse's position to make it influence the attack. And wait, yeah, is this even a thing? No, wait. Yeah, I used to do this with the get mouse function. How does it work with the user input service? Wait, so let me try to do it this way because I've just looked it up and thing is, are we even able to pass it? I'm not even sure about it. Okay, we are. Perfect. Perfect. Now, let me try out some stuff right here, so... Okay, let's see what this does. Okay, it does work. It does work. It does work. So, what we have to do next is that we have to create a body velocity. And this body velocity right here is going to make... Wait. It's going to make this beam right here fly, you know? So, it flies towards a certain direction. Oh, it is anchored. That's a problem. So this thing is still anchored. Make sure that anchored is false, and then we're good to go. There we go. Alright, so let me explain some stuff. So the most crucial part about this is this thing, okay? So this, at the end, makes the beam face into the direction where our mouse is. And this happens by creating a new C-frame and adding two arguments inside of here. So the first one is the current position of our beam, and then we add this mouse influence to it. So, well, yeah, nothing more to explain to that. So just know about it. So that's the part where the direction is being adjusted to the beam. Now right here we have this body velocity. So the max force is of course pretty high, and the velocity is the look direction, the look vector of our C-frame, of our beam, multiplied with 50. So you can increase this if you want to make the beam more fast or faster whatsoever, so that it actually is like a beam, you know. Okay, so what we could do next is that we add a touched event, a hit event to be exact, and if hit parent is a model and hit parent find first child humanoid and hit parent is not C, then we have actually found an enemy. So hit parent humanoid take damage. Okay, so 20 was probably a little bit too much. No, wait. Wait, let's actually do it this way. So let's put these in another if statement. So if, then let's put this inside of here. And let's create something else first. So x2 instance dot new part workspace x2 name wave whatsoever. Brick color is brick color new yellow. X2 material is neon, x2 shape is a ball, x2 anchored is true, x2 can collide is false, and x2 C-frame equals x C-frame, but also make sure that x is anchored after it has encountered something interesting. And then also make sure that x is being destroyed. No, wait, x is being destroyed down here. Otherwise, we're not able to give this position. Now, add a tween. And this tween right here is going to make this shockwave part right here expand. So we have this shockwave part, which is a ball, and it is going to be expanded. So an easing style, linear, and then easing direction out. And things we want to tween is first of all the transparency. We want to tween this to 1, but also the size, which is going to be the current size multiplied with 10, let's say. Yeah, exactly. And then we want to make this thing play. And then just make sure that the size is somewhere around vector 3 new 2 2 2 or 3 3 3. So actually depends on your preferences. So let's play this and let's see how the shockwave is going to look like. Tween info new, first argument expects a number. Yeah, exactly. So I forgot about this. Also, let's add another requirement inside of here, and x anchored false. So what happens right here, as you can see, we have this thing right here printed out multiple times, and we do not want this to happen. So we have to add some kind of check inside of here, which makes things right here only happen once. And we can do that by doing it this way. So every time when we pass this check, x is being anchored. So we can check if x is already anchored or is not. And if it's not anchored, then we want to anchor it. And then, you know, this check right here fails. Means this code right here will only run once. So the first thing is, why do you want this code only to run once? So you could possibly argue that. And as you can see, we have this code right here running multiple times. Means we would have had multiple shockwave parts. Means the shockwave animation whatsoever would have been messed up. But the worst thing is that down here, this thing, so the damage dealing part, would have been messed up. So if we have, let's pretend that this code right here would have been run 10 times. So 10 multiplied with 20 are how much? 200? I don't know. Yeah, probably something around that. But you see, so the damage we wanted to deal previously now becomes worse. Right, so problem right here is that wait. Make sure that cast shadows is false. Okay, yeah, so that's actually it, guys. I'm gonna end the video at that point, so wait, what is happening right here? So why? Oh, it is because of the shockwave ports. Wait, then let's get rid of the shockwave port. Game debris. Add item. X2 after 2 seconds. So we want to get rid of the shockwave port after 2 seconds, guys. So there we go. There we go. So the reason why those shockwaves were stacking up right there is because... Wait. Yeah, so it is because there is an invisible shockwave port right there. And hit transparency is not 1. So maybe... So to get rid of that problem, you need to add some checks to really make sure that the part which is currently being touched should not be the cause of the shockwave right here to be activated. And you can do that by thinking about, yeah, which part should be the cause for the shockwave to be activated. So of course, not parts which are invisible, also not parts which are part of your character, also not the beam right here. So, and hit is not axe. So things like this, you know. Of that being said, thank you guys for watching. Okay, as you can see, this works now. So, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, share this video to all of your friends. Leave me feedback in the comment section, guys. Take care and see you in the next video.